Welcome again to ATG Show, presented by Salam Training Group. As usual, we talk about some issues related to English language. This is me, Bara Abuquta, and today we have Ms. Hiba Jabir to talk about learners and challenges in learning English language. Welcome, Ms. Hiba.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here with you.
Do you think learning English is easy or difficult?
There is a claim among people that English language is a difficult language to learn. English has a crazy spelling system. You will see every word has its own pronunciation rules. Now, if I say like word ordering is also important, but it's not only important while asking questions. It's also important when describing nouns. For example, if I say a cute little brown dog is correct, whereas a brown little cute dog will sound incorrect. Now, English language is the easiest, despite all of these difficulties, English language is the easiest language in the world to learn. Now, you may tell or you may say that I'm crazy to say so, but allow me to explain. Unlike other languages, English language has no genders, has no cases, and arguably has a simple grammar system.
So, Ms. Hiba, why is it the easiest language to learn around the world?
Okay, now the reason why it's the easiest language to learn in the world is because of the vast selection of resources that you can enhance your language by it. From TV shows to videos, movies, music, or even websites. Yeah. You will find tons of websites that are loaded with materials for English language learners.
Okay, so Ms. Hiba, what do you think about most English learners badly need to memorize the vocabulary and words to be better in English and in speaking?
Okay, now vocabulary is one of the main aspects in any language, and it's a critical tool, especially for second language learners.
Yeah.
Now they feel that they must enhance their vocabulary and increase the pace of their vocabulary to be able to communicate and talk with each other. Now we can say that vocabulary is the basic in any language because languages are based on words. But we can't deny that vocabulary is the backbone in any language, in learning any language. But you have to understand what the vocabularies that are needed, how to get them and use them. Apply them in your daily English language. Now, for example, if I say or give my students a reading passage, I will ask them to highlight the words that I need them to understand and to enhance. Then they will look for four aspects, which are pronunciation, spelling, different meanings, and how to use them.
Yeah.
Now, I teach my students one thing only, which is they need to learn collocations and the chunks, not only isolated words. It's better to learn, it's not good to learn a strike alone rather than a general strike to avoid mistakes.
Okay. For some people, learning English grammar is a priority for lots of English learners. Do you think that we must focus on grammar that much?
Okay. Now, a grammar is not a target in any language, and I say to my students that I don't need you to be like books, so it's not a priority. If you ask a native speaker about the rules of his language, he won't be able to say it. The same as Arab learners. They don't know every rule for Arabic language. Okay, now, grammar is not a target, it's a mean to target, to speak and write accurately. And now students consider grammar as a holy thing, but it's not like that. We know lots of grammar, but we can't apply it in our daily situations. For example, for me, I won't try to explain a grammar or explain past simple as an object for my lessons or lectures. Instead of that, I will ask my trainees to just use past simple to talk about past actions or to tell a story. Okay, now when grammar has something to attach to, it becomes crucial to learning a language.
Yeah. Okay, there are
So-
many mistakes that learners face. Can you mention some of them?
Okay, good question. Now, learners, especially second language learners,
Yeah.
are exposed to many mistakes, which are common. They do it spontaneously without knowing them.
Yeah.
Now, the first one is not practicing or reviewing.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of students come to me and tell me that they forgot and they can't remember what they have studied. And this is a major issue. Now, if I learn or teach them 10 words, they will come the next day with 1 word only. This is because they don't enhance them. Now, there are 2 ways to just do this, or to help you students to do or to avoid this problem, which is practicing and reviewing.
Yeah.
Now, practicing is important because you can do it passively or actively. Now, we consider the active part more in our learning process. Now, the active parts relate to speaking and writing. Now, if I give them like 10 vocabularies, they must put them in sentences.
Yeah.
Or if they learn about the past symbol, they must tell me a story that represents a memory of their past.
Yeah.
And they have to review regularly. The second thing, which is common, students focus on one area or two in a language and forget about the other. And this is crucial because students need to focus on everything to understand the language as a whole. Not only be good at, for example, at grammar or grammar exercises and don't speak a word. It's not good. Now, the solution for this problem is to dedicate a day per week for mastering one of these. For example, you can say Tuesday would be for grammar, Thursday would be for speaking, and so on. The third thing is you have to find fun while learning. Now, you have to touch the book that grabs your attention and makes you interested in it.
Yeah. So passion and interest are 2 main requirements to learn a new language. How it could be like a challenge for learners?
Okay, it's good to be interested in a language, but one of the main common mistakes is that students want to know everything about the language at once.
Yeah.
And after a while, they lose their enthusiasm.
Yeah.
My advice for them is that they have to make schedules and stick to them. It can be daily or weekly. For example, I read an article every day.
So some learners think that they need to memorize the rules of pronunciation, letters, and the words. So what do you think about this?
Okay, well, it's one of the most common mistakes for both trainers and the trainees. English has dozens of rules and each rule has its own exception.
Yeah.
Now, if I want learners to memorize each rule and the exception, it would be nonsense. For example, if I say the CH sound,
Yeah.
which you pronounce as cha, it can be cha in chairs, but it can be ka in chemistry or school.
Yeah.
Now, the solution is to deal with the sound image. It's amazing to remember a word just by passing or seeing it, because you remember the sound image. Now, you will find lots of adults who are like in 30s or 20s who pronounce some words in a different and in a wrong way. For example, if we say cupboard, they pronounce it as cupboard, and when we say foot, they pronounce it as foot, because the sound image were planted in their head as it is.
So thank you, Ms. Hiba, for your valuable information.
Sorry, but I have something to add. Now, language learning is not only a destination, it's a journey that will lead you down many paths. Now, there are many paths to fluency, and you are the one who is responsible at the end of the day for failure or success.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Hiba.
Thank you.
So the challenge today, record yourself saying 20 words, starting and ending with the same sound, and send it to Salam Training Group Facebook. Thank you.